It's about that time. Good morning. Welcome to Yoga with Jen. I'm Jen of Inner Glow Wellness, and we're going to do some yoga today. So before we begin, I would love it if you would subscribe to this YouTube channel or find me on Instagram or Facebook and follow me at Light Your Inner Glow. So you can go ahead and get yourself set up with a yoga mat or any comfortable place that works for you. If you have a beverage that you'd like to keep close by, you can go ahead and grab it. And I'm not going to play any ambient music behind me just because I haven't really figured out the technological aspects of that without making it too loud or too soft or distracting. So I invite you to set up any music that you might like in your environment. My Bluetooth headphones are not working at this time, so I'm going to do the best that I can to project my voice so that you can hear me from my mat. So let's go ahead and get comfortable on our mats. Today we're going to start in a seated position. So bringing yourself to a comfortable position. For me, that means cross-legged. Maybe it doesn't for you. Whatever works best for you is just fine. So if you'd like to kind of get some wiggles out, move a little bit, maybe draw some circles with your torso, any little fidgets that you need to get out of the body before we come into stillness for a few breaths. You can start to notice the parts of your body that are making contact with the mat underneath you. And if you'd like to close your eyes, you can, or you can just cast them downward and look at the ground somewhere in front of your legs. So feeling your body against the floor, feeling that connectedness and rootedness. Maybe imagining that you are sending a root down from the base of your spine. Imagine your tailbone is growing a little bit longer and growing down into the earth to really root you down and secure you there. And from that rooted place, you can start to grow yourself upward, sitting up just a little bit taller, lengthening the spine toward the ceiling or toward the sky if you're outside, and pressing the shoulders back and down. In fact, maybe we'll do a couple of circles with the shoulders so you can bring them up, back, and down, forward, up, back, and down, and continue circling back, opening up the chest, just getting a little mobility in the shoulder joints, feeling some stretch on the top of the shoulders, and then letting the shoulders settle down and back. Hands can rest on the knees. Feel free to tip the chin slightly downward, and we can start to connect with our breath. So noticing the breath as it enters the nostrils, noticing how it's affecting the rest of your body. And as you exhale, either breathing out through the nostrils or through the mouth. Breathing in, breathing out, slowly and rhythmically. We're setting a rhythm for ourselves for our yoga practice today. The breath really is the foundation of our practice. Not only is it the link between our mind and our body, but even 5 deep breaths help to down-regulate the nervous system and really calm the stress response. So this is an amazing tool that you can use all the time, not just when you're here on the mat. Sound of the breath is also a great focal point for a meditative or mindful mindset. So as you're here breathing, there's actually a lot to focus on with the breath. You can notice what you're feeling around your nostrils, and your upper lip. You can notice what you feel in the throat, the ribs, the belly. And you can notice the sound of the breath itself, like ocean waves ebbing and flowing. We can give ourselves one more deep, slow breath in and out here in stillness. And if the eyes are closed, you can feel free to flutter them open now, and we'll add on with the arms. Inhaling, reaching up, looking up, and exhaling, pressing down, dipping the chin to the chest. And we'll keep moving this way for a few breaths. Deep breath in, lengthening up, looking up, exhaling, pressing down, chin to chest. One more time, inhaling, arms out and up. This time, let's take a turn to the right and bring the left hand across to the right knee and the right hand behind you for a twist. Shoulders press down as the top of the head lengthens up. We can take one more breath in and out here, just noticing how different it feels now that you're twisted. And then inhaling, we'll bring the arms back up through center, and exhaling, coming down to the other side, turning the head, looking over the left shoulder now. As you inhale, you might sit up a little bit taller. And as you exhale, you might press on the knee and turn the head to twist a little further. One more deep breath in and out. And then inhaling, you can bring the arms up, and exhaling, we'll take a forward fold. So think about that root that we set down through the tailbone. It's still firmly connected as we tiptoe the fingers forward and let the head and the neck drop. Now your forward fold might look a little different than mine, and that's okay. It doesn't matter so much what it looks like as it does what it feels like. So if you're feeling a stretch throughout the back, and as you let the head hang, feeling a stretch in the back of the neck, then no matter how far you fold, that's exactly the right distance for you. We'll take one more deep breath in and out here. And then we can walk the hands a little bit over to the right, and the left fingers can tiptoe further forward into the right. So now we're incorporating a little bit of side stretch here. You can notice what you feel on the left side of the body. And then walking the hands over to the left. We can inch the right fingers forward and across to the left. Again, the hips stay rooted down on the ground. And then back to the center, we'll walk the hands in. Take note of which leg is on top or in front if you have the legs crossed. And you can extend the legs now, bring a little bounce to your knees. And then we'll go ahead and cross the legs the other way. So now the other leg is on top or in front. Again, rooting down through your seat, lengthening up through the top of the head. Inhaling, arms out and up. Exhaling, pressing down, bringing the chin to the chest. Two more times. Inhaling out and up, lengthening fingers. Exhaling, chin to chest, arms at your sides. One more time. Inhale, let's bring it up. This time, the right arm is going to drop over to the right. Left arm reaches over for a side stretch. And just notice where this right shoulder is in relation to your ear. If it's pressed up against it, you might want to tiptoe the fingers out and just drop that elbow a little bit. Both hips stay planted. So if your left hip is popping up off the ground, really press down. And if you like some movement here, you might move the arm forward and back. You can circle through the wrist a little bit. We'll take one more deep breath in and out. And then rising back up, deep breath in. Let's reach over now to the left as the right arm comes up and over. Again, if the shoulder's against the ear, let's drop that elbow down. Maybe some movement here, moving the arm back, forward, circling through the wrist. Whatever feels right for you in this moment. When you're ready, we can inhale, both arms up, and now we're going to take that forward fold again, just like we did with the legs crossed the other way. Hips stay firmly rooted as we tiptoe the fingers forward and let the head and the neck drop. You can shake the head no, nod the head yes, Maybe draw figure eights with the head and the neck, whatever feels right for you now. And then we can start to walk the hands over to the left with the right hand tiptoeing forward and to the left, big side stretch on the right side body. And then walking hands over to the right, the left hand can tiptoe forward and to the right, hips staying grounded. Back to center, we'll walk the hands in, inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, arms to your sides. All right, so we're gonna extend the legs and do some bouncy movement here with the knees, just fluttering a little bit. I'm gonna make a ponytail adjustment. If you wanna take a sip of your drink, go right ahead. And then coming into an abdominal strengthening pose, the boat pose, let's go ahead and bend the knees and bring them together, hands underneath the knees. Lengthening up and back through the spine, we can tuck the chin toward the chest and then engage two areas of muscular engagement in the core. So the first is the abdominal lock, the Uddiyana Bandha in Sanskrit. Think about the belly button pulling back toward your spine. The second is the Mula Bandha, or the root lock. So the pelvic floor muscles, Kegel's muscle, pulling up to tighten down in the lower part of the core. Let's go ahead now with all those areas engaged, those locks turned on, leaning back and lifting the legs to balance. Now, if this feels like you need support, you can take the hands down in front of the hips for a little less support, or behind the hips for more. We're still lengthening through the spine. If you feel like you want more challenge, you can extend the arms parallel to the legs. We'll take one more deep breath in and out. And then dropping the legs down, we can extend them long and just take an easy forward fold over your legs. Feet can flex. If you choose, you'll feel more stretch in the lower part of the legs here. Or you can relax the feet. Shoulders back away from the ears. One more deep breath in and out. And then rising back up, let's go ahead and swing the legs around and flip over onto all fours. Hands and knees. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. We can start to drop the belly and gaze up for cow pose, taking a deep breath in and exhaling, spine to the ceiling, chin to the chest, breathing out. Again, arching the spine, belly drops, looking up, breathing in. Exhaling, rounding the back, chin to chest. One more time, deep breath in, belly drops, maybe the shoulders squeeze together behind you, and exhaling, you can broaden the shoulders, chin to chest. Coming back to center, you might wag the hips side to side, you might shake out the head a little bit. And then opening up the knees, we can bring the toes together behind us and sit back toward the feet. And if that feels like a really tight stretch in the tops of the feet or the fronts of the thighs, if you have a cushion or a folded up towel or blanket, you can put it right behind your knees to elevate the hips a little bit. Arms can extend forward and the forehead can drop down to the mat. So child's pose is a really restful and restorative pose. If there's anything about this position that feels uncomfortable for you, you can go ahead and change it. Breathing in and breathing out. Letting your hips be a little heavier over the feet every time you exhale. Any adjustments you need to make, any little wiggles, rocking motion, feel free to incorporate it. And then looking up at the hands, we can slide the right hand to the right so it comes off the mat with the left hand on top. Nestling your head between the hands again. Now you'll find yourself in a side stretch on the left side body. And you can move these hands as far to the right as you need to get the best possible stretch on the left. As you breathe deeply in and out, you can notice what you're feeling in the rib cage on the left side. When you're ready, you can lift the head, look up at the hands, and then slide the left hand all the way over to the left with the right hand on top, and then let the head drop back down in this new position. Noticing what you feel on the right, you can decide if you want a deeper stretch, the hands can move further to the left. One more deep breath in and out. Coming back to center with the arms fully extended and the hips all the way back, we'll rise up on hands and knees, keep the hands where they are, and tucking the toes under, the hips can lift and we'll come into a downward facing dog. Head is hanging heavy here, so we're looking back toward the feet, and if the backs of your legs are really tight, you can go ahead and bend the knees a little bit, or you might like to bend and straighten alternate knees here. And maybe you'll give the head and the neck a little shake, yes or no. Fingers are spread really wide, palms flat against the mat. Now we'll inhale, coming up on tiptoes, and exhaling, we can let the heels drop down. One more time, inhaling, tiptoes, exhaling, heels drop. 3 times a charm. Let's inhale, lift, and exhale, press. Good. Looking forward to the top of your mat, deep breath in. And we can start to move the feet forward as we exhale, tiptoeing or stepping forward. With a half lift, we'll inhale, lengthening the back, looking forward, and exhaling, we can fold down. As you rise up, arms sweep outward and upward, deep breath in and exhaling, palms together in front of the heart. So we're going to do a couple of rounds of a sequence, the Sun Salutation, to help warm up the body. So we'll go ahead and start at the top of the mat. Big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Just like when we were in boat pose, we'll engage the lock. So abdominal lock, pulling in, navel pulling back toward the spine, and the pelvic floor pulling up. Shoulders back and down as the top of the head lengthens up. A deep breath in and out here. And then sweeping arms out and up. Breathing in, looking up. Exhaling, we'll take a swan dive and fold forward. If you need to bend the knees slightly, feel free. Taking a half lift, we'll lengthen the back, looking forward. And exhaling, we can plant the hands shoulder distance and step back into plank position, high push-up position. And if you'd like to drop the knees here, that's okay. Just straighten out the hips. A deep breath in here in high plank. And then again, option to drop the knees, and we'll lower down with the elbows hugging inwards. It's very different than a traditional push-up. Shoulders roll back as we lift the chest off the ground, cobra pose. And then tucking the toes, downward facing dog one more time. Movement if you choose. I really like to pedal out the feet, walking my dog, bending and straightening alternate knees, and making sure the head is heavy. So your gaze point, the drishti, focal point, is somewhere behind you, maybe at the feet or between the feet. Inhaling tiptoes, exhaling heels drop. Looking forward, deep breath in. Exhaling, tiptoeing or stepping to the front of the mat. A half lift as we lengthen, looking forward, and exhaling, folding down. Arms sweep out and up, deep breath in, and as we exhale, hands to the heart. That completes our first round of Sun Salutation A. So let's do it again. Deep breath in, opening up, reaching up, exhaling, folding forward. We're going to take it a little faster this time. Half lift, lengthening the back, looking forward. Exhaling, stepping back, plank, and lowering down in that same exhale breath. Elbows hug in. Shoulders back and down, elbows in, cobra, inhale. Exhale, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Now, if you feel like you ever want a little break in your down dog, you can always drop to the knees and sit back on the heels for child's pose until you feel ready to join back in. You can also always incorporate a little movement if you like that, pedaling of the feet and the movement of the head and the neck. You might even like to inhale, come forward to a plank position, and exhale, press the hips up and back into your down dog. On our next inhalation, we'll look forward to the top of the mat, and then exhale as we bring the feet to the front of the mat. Half lift, inhale, looking forward, flat back, and exhale, fold down. Arms sweep, outward and upward, deep breath in, palms together in front of the heart, breathing out. So now we'll try Sun Salutation B, slightly different version of sequence. Big toes touching, heels very slightly apart. Arms out and up, deep breath in. This time we're gonna sit back in an imaginary chair. And take a look down at the toes. If your knees are over your toes, you won't be able to see them. We really need to slide those hips back like we're looking for an imaginary chair with our bottom. And you can even lift all 10 toes and flare them up off the ground. Locks are engaged, abdominal lock and root lock, and we can lift the arms and lift the gaze to look up as though we're holding something between the hands that we're looking at. If the shoulders are shrugged up by the ears, let's slide them down. One more deep breath in and out, knees pressing together. Exhale, palms together, we'll take a forward fold. Hands to the legs, half lift, look forward. Exhale, plank position. So this part is the same as before, lowering down. Cobra, little lift, shoulders back, elbows in, breathing in. Exhaling, downward facing dog. So here's where it changes again. Feet move together at the back of your mat, and we'll inhale the right leg up. Exhaling, this foot comes forward between the hands. And if it only gets halfway there, you can grab the ankle with the right hand and move the foot forward. Back heel spins down, and we'll move the front foot slightly to the right as we inhale, rising up, front knee is bent, arms extend up, and let's pull that right hip back. Deep breath in and out, pulling in on the two locks, and double checking that your back foot, the outer edge of the foot, is in firm contact with the mat. One more deep breath in, and we'll exhale, fold back down. Let's come into a plank position, deep breath in. Exhale, lower chest and chin. Little lift cobra, deep breath in, gazing up. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of the mat, left leg lifts, deep breath in. Exhaling, foot forward between the hands. Again, if it doesn't get there, grab your left ankle, put the foot forward, ankle underneath. And let's turn that back foot heel in and move the front foot slightly outward. Bent front knee, inhale, come on up. Warrior one on this side. The left hip pulls back so the hips face forward. Gazing up, locks engaged. One more deep breath in. Let's make sure that back foot has weight in the outer edge of the foot. And exhale, come on down, plank position. Deep breath in, high plank. Exhale, lower down. Shoulders back, elbows in, cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. So again, if you need a break, remember you can drop to the knees and sit back, but we're trying to build some heat here in the body. Breathing deeply in and out. One more breath here. And looking forward, deep breath in. Exhale, come to the front of the mat. Half lift, look forward, inhale. And exhale, fold. We'll bring the arms outward and upward Big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Let's exhale and sit back in that chair pose again. Knees together, hips sliding back so you can look down and see your toes. Arms up, blocks engaged. Deep breath in here. Exhale, palms together to the heart. Let's take a twist to the right. Left elbow to the right knee, and we'll turn the head and gaze up at that right elbow. Now notice what just happened with your knees. If your left knee slid forward, let's pull it back a little bit. Deep breath in and out, breathing into this twist. Keeping the hips low. Inhale, center, hands to the heart. Exhale, let's twist left now. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee, left elbow up as we turn and gaze toward it. If your right knee just slid forward, let's pull it back. One more deep breath in and out. This time we'll untwist to full chair so the hips stay back but the arms come up. One more breath in and out. Rising up, straight legs, arching back, inhale. Let's release the arms down, exhale. You can open up the feet, hip distance, maybe with my cat's tail out of the way. Soft bend to the knees, arms loose like spaghetti as we rotate side to side, letting the arms just tap against your belly, against your hips. This movement actually comes from Tai Chi. And I find it very beneficial, so I love to incorporate it in my yoga classes. All right, coming back to the center. We're gonna move those feet together again. Big toes touching, heels slightly apart. This time we'll inhale, arms out and up, and interlace the fingers above the head. You can release the index fingers and squeeze the elbows around the ears to strengthen the shoulders. It's going to be a balancing pose. So deep breath in here and a side bend to the right. Now if you want, you can just pause here and make it only a side bend. But if we want to add on with the balancing, let your eyes focus about 6 feet in front of you on the ground, and you can start to lift your left leg out to the side. So the right leg becomes the standing leg. Deep, slow breathing. Eyes glued to that one point, standing leg wiggling and wobbling however it needs to, elbows squeezing in around the ears. Notice what's happening in your face. Is your jaw really tense? Is your forehead all scrunched up? Let's go ahead and relax your facial expression. And then inhaling back up, big toes touch, lengthen out. Exhale, we'll take a side bend to the left now. And again, you can stay right here, just focusing on the side bend, or you can extend that right leg out, coming to balance. Elbows squeezing in, eyes glued to the floor, standing leg making micro adjustments to keep you balanced. Deep breaths in and out. So in this position, we're working the obliques on the sides of the torso, more core strengthening. When you're ready, inhaling back up, big toes touch. I'm going to turn sideways to demonstrate. So we'll lengthen up through the spine, deep breath in, locks engaged. We'll start to lean back into a bit of a back bend. One more deep breath in and out. And then inhaling, rising up, we can release the arms and come into a forward fold. Half lift, we'll look forward, inhaling, and as we exhale, you can step just a right foot back, coming into a runner's lunge. Front ankle is directly under the knee. You can come to fists, you can come to flat palms. If you have blocks or 2 rolls of toilet paper, you can put those under the hands as well. And then bringing left arm up, we'll come into a twist. And if you want to drop that back knee at any point, you can feel free to do so. Option to move this upper arm. You can draw full circles or semicircles, maybe circle through the wrist. Turning the head to look up will strengthen the neck. Looking down will protect it. We'll take one more deep breath in And exhale, bringing that hand down. We'll take the hand to the inside of the left foot and turn the right heel in so the foot comes flat. When you're ready, we'll bring the right arm up. Now, if you had your knee on the ground and back, we can move this foot over to the left and then bring the right arm up. So 2 different variations. One more deep breath in. Exhale back to center. We'll straighten out that back foot and slide the front foot back to a plank position. Remember, you can always be on the knees for plank if you choose. Deep breath in, high plank. Exhale, option to drop knees as you lower down. Cobra, little lift, shoulders back, elbows in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking forward, deep breath in. Walking the feet forward, exhaling. Half lift, look forward, inhale. This time we're stepping the right foot back. No, I think we just did that one. The left foot back. Yes. So again, you can be on fists, palms, toilet paper rolls, blocks. You can drop the back knee if you prefer. When you're ready, right arm comes up. Head can turn to gaze up. Lunge twist, option for movement in this upper arm, circles, semicircles, wrist circles, whatever feels good for you. We'll take one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, right hand to the inside of the right foot, left heel spins down and left arm comes up. Again, that variation on the knee. If the left knee is down, back foot moves to the right like a kickstand. And then bring the left arm up. One more deep breath in. Exhale, come on down, straightening out that leg. We can make our way to plank position. Deep breath in, high plank. Exhale, lower down. So we're gonna pause here on the belly, extending arms in front of you and keeping legs extended and back. We're gonna be lifting opposing limbs. So we'll start with the right arm and the left leg. Inhaling, let's lift those 2 limbs up and see if we can get the thigh up off the mat. Exhale, lower down. Left hand, right leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Right arm, left leg. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, take it down. Left arm, right leg, inhale. Exhale, lower. Now, all 4 limbs. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, lower down. 2 more times, working muscles in the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more, inhale, bring it up. And exhale, take it down. You can fold the arms, one hand over the other, and rest the forehead on the mat. Option to stay here in a resting pose, or you can bend the knees and sway the feet gently from side to side, noticing sensations that you might feel in the lower back. Deep breath in and exhale. When you're ready, you can let the feet drop, slide the hands back, and lift up and back into child's pose. Sitting back on the heels, arms extended forward, any rocking motion that you like here. Breathing in and out. Looking up at the hands, inching fingers forward, we can rise up for downward facing dog again. Coming to the knees, tucking the toes, pressing back, letting heels drop. Option to move here if you like. Pedaling the feet, shaking the head no and yes. And then when you're ready, we can bend the knees and start to walk the hands back toward the feet. So you're in a forward fold position at the back of your mat. Knees can be bent, arms can hang, or you can grab opposite elbows and the head is heavy. Feel free to bring some swaying motion here to this pose if that feels good for you. Deep, slow breathing in and out. When you're ready, arms can drop and we'll begin a slow roll upward. And when we're in an upright position, we can start to roll the shoulders back, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down. Knees can be slightly bent here. Then fingertips can come to shoulders as we circle through the elbows, up and back. Then biggest range of motion, full extended arm circles. You can move them together. You can move them separately. Whatever feels right for you. Then our Tai Chi move, soft bend to the knees, loose limb spaghetti arms as you swirl from side to side, letting the hands just tap against your body. Deep breath in and exhale. All right, we're gonna come into some wide-legged poses. We're gonna take a little sip of my drink, so if you would like to take a sip as well, go right ahead. Back onto the mat, this time in the opposite direction, so we're facing the long side of the mat, opening up wide with the feet. We can turn the right foot out 90 degrees, turn the left foot slightly in, and then bend into that right knee. So as we look down at the right leg, you want your ankle over or under rather the knee. So if your knee is passing the ankle, let's go ahead and inch those toes a little further out. And then engaging the locks. So abdominals pull in, Kegels pulls up. Let's extend the arms out. Warrior two pose as we turn the head and look over the right hand. Breathing for one, we're gonna take 3 breaths here. Breathing for 2, in and out, maybe sinking a little deeper into that bent knee. Breathing for 3. And on our next inhalation, we can reach the hand forward and then bring elbow to the knee, left arm up and over. So you can think about this left hand like it's reaching up toward the place where the wall and the ceiling meet on the right side. You can turn the head to look up to strengthen the neck, or you can look down to protect it. If you like movement in this arm, you could always draw some circles with it. You could also fold it behind the back if that feels better for your shoulder. We'll take one more deep breath in. You can look down at your toes as you exhale. Unwrapping the arm. If you wrapped it, let's push into the right foot, come all the way up. Switching feet, right foot turns in, left foot turns out. And we'll bend that left knee, coming into the lunge again, making sure the knee doesn't pass the ankle. Navel draws back toward the spine, pelvic floor pulls up, and we'll turn to look over the left hand. Breathing for 1, face and jaw relaxed. Breathing for 2, that left knee gently pressing outward toward pinky toe side, maybe bending deeper. Breathing for 3. Inhaling, reaching to the left elbow to left knee, right arm up and over. So making a diagonal line from fingertips to ankle on the left side, your right side. And then we can move this arm, drawing some circles if that feels good for you. You can look up to strengthen the neck, look down to protect, or wrap the arm behind the back. Long, slow breathing. When you're ready, you can extend the arm back up, looking down and pushing into left foot, rising up. Let's switch those feet one more time. So left foot turns in, right foot turns out. We'll bend that right knee like we just did. Gazing over the right hand, inhaling, reaching right. This time, we'll turn the right palm up and arch back. So the left hand can find the left leg, or you could wrap it behind the back as the right arm reaches up and back. Now take note that right knee might start to collapse inward. Let's press it outward toward the pinky toe side of the foot. One more deep breath in and out. Maybe we sink deeper into that bent knee. And then rising up, straightening out, inhale. Right foot turns in, left foot turns out, exhale. Let's drop into that side lunge. Gazing over left hand, inhale, reaching left palm up. Exhale, let's take it back. Right hand can rest on the leg. or you can fold that arm behind the back. Left knee gently pressing outward, pinky toe side of the foot. You can wiggle the toes, make sure they're not gripping, an option to bend deeper into that knee. One more deep breath in and out. Unwrapping, let's come on up. Feet parallel this time. So that means the outer edges of the feet are parallel. Your toes might be slightly turned in, and we can take hands to the hips. Arching back, a big deep breath in as you look up. Exhale, folding forward. You can bend the knees here and reach down for the ground. Head and neck relaxed. Let's wiggle those toes. Make sure they're not gripping. Let the head and the neck relax. Now, if it's a challenge to reach the floor and you have blocks or those 2 rolls of toilet paper you can put under each hand, go right ahead. We'll shake the head no. We'll nod the head yes. Let's bring the awareness to the soles of the feet. If you feel like you are collapsing inward on the arches of the feet, let's put a little more weight into the outer edges of the feet. And taking one more deep breath in and out. We'll inhale, look forward, start to walk the hands over to the right, and exhale, the left hand stays here as we bring that right arm up. Option to keep the arm elevated or fold it behind the back. Option to bend one or both knees, or you can keep them straight. You can move the head and the neck, look down, look up, whatever you prefer. And as we take one more deep breath in and out, you can unwrap that upper arm and exhale, coming to center, walking across. Right hand stays here. Let's inhale, left arm up. Again, bending one or both knees if you need to. Option to keep the arm up or wrap it behind the back. So I like to move my head around a little bit in this position and then turn to gaze up, working against gravity's pull to strengthen the neck. You can always look down instead. And when we're ready, inhaling, left arm up, exhaling back to center. You can turn your feet outward 45 degrees now, and with a little bend to your knees, maybe grabbing opposite elbows and swaying the body gently from side to side. Deep breath in and exhale. When you're ready, you can let the arms drop down and slowly roll your way upright. Inhaling, arms out and up, goddess squat. Exhaling, we'll bend elbows and bend knees. Locks stay engaged. Inhaling, reaching up, straightening out. Exhaling, pulling your abdominals in and lowering down. So we're not leaning forward here, we're staying upright. Inhale, come on up, the ribs are directly over the hips. And exhaling as we squat, they stay in that position. Come on back up. You can even imagine a wall right behind your back. And as you exhale, your back is sliding down, staying connected to that wall. One more time, inhale up. Exhale. Let's take it down. Good. So we're going to do some quick twisting movements here. You can add on either a rapid big exhalation every time you twist, or you can actually make a sound and say ha. So we'll twist ha, 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 ha. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms to your sides. You can move the feet in, heels, toes, bringing feet hip distance apart. Again, that soft bend to the knees. And let's swirl it out. Deep breath in and exhale. We're going to start making our way back down to the mat. So coming up to the front of your mat, big toes touching, heels very slightly apart, hands in prayer. Big deep breath in here and exhaling. Arms out and up, breathing in, looking up. Exhale, swan, dive, and fold. Half lift as you lengthen the back. Inhale. Exhale, plank position. Let's step it back. Deep breath in here in high plank. Option to drop the knees. Exhale, lower down. Rolling shoulders back, elbows in, cobra. Inhale. Child's pose. Exhale. So you might keep the knees together and let the chest rest against your thighs, or you can open up the knees again like we did before. Arms can be in front, or you might wrap the arms around your sides. Hands by the feet with the palms up. You can slide the elbows outward a little bit so the forearms come closer to the mat and the shoulders can relax. If you want to rock, go ahead and do so. Breathing in and out. All right, we're going to come up onto the knees. Excuse me. So with knees together, we can go ahead and move the hips to the right side of the legs. So legs are on the left, hips are on the right. We'll take this upper leg and slide it back. And then the front foot is going to rest against the back knee. So as you look at the legs, they look like two triangles. Both hands over to the right. Deep breath in, lengthening the upper body, and exhaling, walking hands away, coming down to the forearms and letting the head and the neck drop. If it's too deep a twist, you might walk the forearms forward. And if you want more twist, you can walk the forearms backward. Feel free to shake out the head and the neck here. And as you breathe in and out, notice how it feels into this twisted upper body. Notice what's different. One more deep breath in and out in the twist. And then looking forward to the right, we can walk the hands in. We'll take this left hand across onto the right knee, and then leaning over toward the other leg, we can bring the right arm up and over for a different side stretch. And you can use this hand on the knee to maybe pull yourself into more of a twist. Feel the stretch along that right side body. When you're ready, coming back up, let's swing the legs around in front. You can take a little bounce to the knees here. And then leaning over to the left, we'll wrap the legs behind us, making those two triangles again, the front foot against the back knee, and taking both hands over to the left. Deep breath in as we lengthen the spine, and exhaling, walking hands forward, dropping to the forearms, letting the head and neck relax. So again, this is totally open to adjustment. Arms walk forward to decrease the twist or backwards to increase it. You could even take that back foot and slide it around a little further to get your twist deeper. And notice where you might be holding tension here, maybe seeing if you can let it relax. One more deep breath in and out. Lifting the gaze, walking the hands back. This time we'll take the right hand across to the left knee. Leaning back toward that other leg, we can take the left arm up and reach over. Hand on the knee can pull you into more twist, if that's available for you. And taking one more deep breath in and out, we'll come on back up. Extending the legs, little bouncy movement to the knees. And let's make sure that we have room on the mat behind us to recline. If you're tired and you just want to lie down, go right ahead. And if you want an abdominal strengthener on the way down, we'll bend the knees and the heels are going to stay planted throughout. Arms extend in front, deep breath in. Collapsing the chest, but engaging the locks. So that belly button strongly pulling back, pelvic floor engaged. And as we lower down, it's as though one vertebra is touching the ground at a time. See if you can slow down around the shoulder blades and keep breathing. When you're finally all the way down, you can extend the legs straight and bring the arms up above your head.
Deep breath in for a full body stretch. Exhaling, arms to your sides and the knees up into your chest. Hugging in, we can rock gently from side to side. So we're going to give just a little focus to the hips here on the ground. We can open the knees away from one another and let the hands slide down the insides of the legs to grab the ankles. As we let the knees relax outward, we can use the forearms to give some gentle outward pressure. Long, slow breathing here, focusing on inner thighs, inner hips, encouraging them to relax. If you want to add on, you might lift the feet up toward the ceiling and use the hands to now pull downward, like you're trying to bring the knees closer to the ground on either side of your body. And if it's an easy reach for the outside or the inside of the feet, you could move the hands if you choose. Option to rock here, happy baby pose, feeling sensations on the back body. Taking one more deep breath in, excuse me, and out. Coming to center, feet together, hands to the knees, knees together, and with the knees together, you can draw some circles one way and then the other way. Now the left foot can come flat to the mat with a bent knee, and we'll cross the right ankle over. Excuse me, my coconut milk is not agreeing with me today in my beverage. So right ankle crossed over left knee, hands around the left thigh as we lift the legs up. So the right hand is in between the two legs, the left hand is on the outside, gently pulling inward, low back firmly planted on the mat, and the face and jaw relaxed. Notice what you feel here in the outside of the right hip. Deep, slow breathing. We'll give it one more breath here, in and out, maybe gently pulling the hands in a little closer. And then releasing the hands, left foot finds the ground. We can uncross the right and switch. Left ankle over right knee. Left hand in between the two legs and the right hand on the outside as we lift the legs up and wrap the hands behind that right thigh. As you gently pull inward, notice if the shoulders are shrugging, let's press them down. And just notice what you feel in the left hip. Long, slow breathing. Every time you breathe out, you might pull the hands in a little closer. It's up to you, depending on what you feel in that hip. Relaxing through the jaw. We'll take one more deep breath in. As we exhale, maybe the hands pull in more. And then releasing, uncrossing. Let's open up the feet wider on the mat. And in your own time, at your own pace, doing a windshield wiper movement with the knees so that they move together in one direction and together in the opposite direction. Deep breath in and out. Pulling knees up into the chest, we can rock gently from side to side, breathing in and out. And when you're ready, feel free to open up the arms 90 degrees from the body, palms up. We'll take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, the knees can fall over to the right. Now your knees might not hit the ground, but we want to relax the feet so the feet touch the ground. And once your legs are more relaxed, you can turn the head the other way to the left. Deep, slow breaths in and out. Option to use right hands to gently pull the knees down further. When you're ready, inhaling knees to center and exhaling knees over to the left. Again, if the knees don't drop, that's okay. Let the feet relax down. You can always use that left hand to encourage the knees further, and then turning the head to the right. Now here's where you might like to close the eyes and open the mouth a little bit. I find that helps me relax my lower jaw. Deep breathing in and out. When you're ready, rolling to center, breathing in, hugging the knees, and exhaling as we rock from side to side. It's time for our final relaxation pose. So when you're ready, you can extend the legs down on your mat and open them up a little bit so there's a space between the ankles and the toes naturally roll outward. You can slide the arms down closer to the feet so there's more space above the shoulders, and then slide the arms out a little bit, palms up. You might rock the head and the neck side to side. If you have a ponytail you need to adjust, go ahead. And then you can let the head come to rest in the center. A big deep breath in here, filling up the lungs, moving the belly upward. And exhaling with a sigh. Transitioning your breathing now to gentler, easier breaths. No more effort here, just ease. Relaxing through the face, eyebrows, jaw. Relaxing the shoulders and the arms. Letting the belly gently move up and down. Letting the hips be relaxed. Legs and feet, toes naturally rolling outward. Letting your body be very heavy and relaxed here. Feeling the support of the ground underneath you. And if the mind starts getting a bit cluttered with thoughts, instead of trying to empty the mind, just shifting your focus. Instead of focusing on the ruminations in your mind, focusing on the sensory input that's available around you. Noticing maybe a little bit of light behind your closed eyelids. Sounds in your ears, the breath within your body, and letting the mind move if it needs to from one sensory input to another. If you'd like to stay here a little longer, you're welcome to do so. But if you'd like to bring some movement into the body now, we can start to wiggle fingers and toes. Move the head from side to side as you deepen the breath again. And then when you're ready, you can extend the arms up above the head as you extend the legs down below. Full body stretch, deep breath in. And exhale, arms to your sides, knees up into the chest, hugging inward, rocking gently side to side, letting your momentum carry you all the way over to one side or the other. And just laying on your side for a few more breaths, setting an intention for the rest of the day ahead to stay as present and in the moment as you can, focusing on that sensory input when you're in thinking overload. And we can use the hands to bring ourselves to an upright seated position. Maybe the legs are crossed or whatever position is comfortable for you. And like we began, rooting down through your seat, lengthening up through the top of the head, letting the shoulders press back and down. Feeling this tranquility that you've created for yourself. Reminding yourself that the behavior of others shouldn't destroy your inner peace. How we react is our own choice. Easier said than done, I know. And when you're ready, we can start to sweep the arms outward and upward with a deep breath in. As the palms touch, we can lower them down in front of the heart. You can express some gratitude for yourself for showing up for this yoga practice today, and maybe thank yourself with a small bow. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's always a pleasure to be with you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Inner Glow Wellness, and feel free to find me on Facebook and Instagram at Light Your Inner Glow. Have a great day.